Third World Cinema Club.
I knew I had the right material for Sinimulaya. Kasi grabe yung kwento ni Iska, yung totoong Iska, yung kwento ng buhay niya. At habang nagkukwento siya, she was so animated, ganyan-ganyan, parang kaya siguro akong kinasa ni Direk, parang she has that ano rin parang very bubbly, ganyan-ganyan. Pero yung kinukwento niya, ang lungkot, pero kaya talagang hindi ka makakapagsalita while she's telling the story. Kasi she tells it like, parang, uy, alam mo ba, paano ba binili sa ano, ganyan. Parang ganun lang siya magkwento. Very much like a Filipino who's so resilient and can still afford to smile and be bubbly, and that's Iska.
Third World Cinema Club.
How did you get the role? I mean, to be involved in that kind of a big
Through
project.
Facebook. And in fact, yes, on Facebook. Actually, my background is I grew up here in the Philippines as a stage musical theater performer. I started when I was 10, and then I didn't think I would stay long in the industry. I grew up with I grew up being told, oh, you might not make a living out of the arts. So I said, okay, let's try to do something I'm equally passionate about. So I took on political science, my bachelor and master's this and that. So when I got to Hong Kong to work for Disney, it was supposed to be a side job for 8 months, which turned to how many years? I wanted to get to know a lot of the Filipinos abroad because it's such an important topic for us. One of our biggest exports is our people. How can you fathom? How can you reconcile that? And we send them there, and what kind of lives are they living there? And I wanted to get to know them, and I wanted to understand their stories. So I did some community work, and I collected all these stories, and I never had the opportunity to share them. Finally, by accident, I got a Facebook message saying, hey, there's a casting call. Somebody would like to find a locally based Filipina to interpret the role. And when I went and met the director, I realized that she had integrity, and she wasn't going to treat our story like a sensationalized project. So I said, okay, if she's honest and she wants to do this and she wants to give a lot of heart into it, I want to be part of it. So yeah, that's how it happened.
Ganda niya, no? Parang siya si Catriona Gray.
Wala lang po hype.
Even the way you answer the question.
I feel very passionate about it.
Question po kay Ma'am. Ano po yung pinaka favorite niyo pong scene na ginampanan niyo po lalo na po sa kwento ni Iska? Yung pagpo-portray niyo po, ano po yung pinaka naka-relate din po kayo na scene doon po?
Iba yung nakarelate, iba yung favorite ko. Okay, nakarelate ako dun sa yung ang perception natin dito, napanood na natin ng karamihan, yung nawalan ako ng trabaho or magsasarado na yung photocopying na pinagtatrabahuhan ko. So mawawalan ako ng trabaho, tapos wala na rin nun yung apo ko. So parang lahat nawala, okay? And I was situated in the middle of Arts and Sciences building of UP amidst the student activists, ganon. Yon, very very personal sa akin kasi modesty aside, kasi baka akala pinagyayabang daw namin na taga-UP kami. Hindi, proud lang kami na galing kami sa pamantasan ng Pilipinas. So parang while I was doing the scene, bumalik lahat yung yung alaala ng estudyante ko, na isa ko dun sa mga sumisigaw-sigaw ng Ibaka, ganyan, about tuition fee and all. Tapos parang feeling ko talaga, I'm so blessed sa akin na ibigay yung role, kasi isang pagkakataon na hindi lang para umarte, kundi para magbigay pugay dun sa universidad na nagbigay sa akin ng integrity, okay, at yon sa pagkatao ko. And there I was in the middle of my college. Doon ako, yung college ko because I took up AB Philippine Studies. Wala naman siyang separate college. So sa AS talaga kami. And my favorite scene is the church scene where I was praying and counting 1 to 100. That's really my favorite. Hindi pa nakakapanood, panoorin.
Yes. Good start. Pero panoorin
Yes.
talaga po.
Third World Cinema Club.
For Miss Crystal po tsaka Miss Ruby, what were the challenges you encountered while doing the film? Yung masasabi niyo pong talagang challenging siya na nagawa niyo?
By age. Tsaka mas magaling siya sa maganda. Hindi. What was your question again? Sorry.
What were the challenges you
Challenges.
encountered?
Sa akin, isang challenge yung just the very role of Iska, a grandmother who takes care of a grandchild who has an autistic spectrum. Kasi wala akong idea, wala akong, ang dami palang like kung gusto mo silang tumigil when they're having tantrums, from the backing embrace, I had to study all of that, and not just study in terms of acting, but to have that genuine compassion for someone who has that handicap. Yun.
For me, we shot our whole film in 19 days within 28. So within 28 days. So very minimal breaks in between. We had very little funding. We had funding, but we had a little budget to work around with. The director had a small budget to work around with. And so for most of the 19 days, we were in a basement, really a makeshift basement, to make it look like a tiny Hong Kong home. It was dusty, it was dirty, it was moldy, it was cold. I had to pretend that it was summer, so it was really freezing. It was so windy that day, and I had to wear something like this, very very flimsy, and pretend. So when they said, "Oh, you're supposed to look haggard," I said, "You see the blue lips? That's not makeup. That's real." So yeah, it was physically exhausting and also emotionally draining, because our movie talks about a year in the life of a Filipina migrant worker and a paralyzed man. So a lot of the scenes were very heavy.
Caregiver ka rin,
One night only. One night only this Friday. So yeah,
What time is that?
6:15. It's our salute to the many women who leave the country and do the hardest work.
Thank you po.
Thank you for your question.
Third World Cinema Club.
How does it feel to be like a star of the film right now?
Siyempre masaya ako.
Or
In
the
fact,
update
to be very honest with everyone, it wasn't in my wildest dreams na magiging lead ako. I was happy with what I was doing as a character actress. Gusto ko lang lagi maraming shooting days. Yun. Hindi, masaya ako doing different roles, different character roles. So nung nilapit sa akin yung directed that he had this material, it's called Iska, blah 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 blah. And so kala ko, parang isa ako sa cast. And then sabi ko, direct, sino po yung Iska? Sabi niya, ikaw, ako. And then I asked him, sino nag-back out na artista? No, I'm used to that. It doesn't offend me, gano'n. Sabi ko, kasi parang baka, gano'n, hindi ba kaya yung budget or whatever, for whatever reason. Sabi niya, wala. From day one that I thought about this project, I had you in mind. Sabi ko talaga, sure ka? Sabi ko, I am very, very grateful that in my lifetime in my career na mabibigyan pa pala ako ng ganitong opportunity na maging lead sa isang pelikula. At hindi lang basta pelikula, it's a Cinemalayan film na maganda ang material. Parang so grateful.
Nararamdaman namin yung passion.
Parang gusto rin ko itong makatrabaho.
Iba talaga pag ang motivation mo is the story.
Yes.
Is to give life to somebody's story and to give them a voice kasi wala silang voice.
Correct.
For example, I saw the trailer ni Iska and you can see that this is a story that's neglected. At the same time, it's without striking society. It's it's slicing, it's uncomfortable, you feel the pain, but you also realize that it's not attacking you, saying that we need to change something. Because
Grabe,
these
no?
people
Pang Miss
don't-
Universe na
Marami pa po akong kailangan gawin.
Ni-record yun para yun.
Oo, gagayahin ko yan. Memorizing ko yan. Sa next, gagamitin ko. Nandiyan yun.
Speaking nga po of yung pag-ano ng social realities sa film, important din po yung parang theme sa ISKA na, opo, scholar ng bayan ka, pero at the same time, parang pinapansin mo ba yung mga nangyayari sa mga tao sa paligid mo? Kasi po, di ba, nagpatrabaho po kayo sa Xeroxan, ganyan, nakikita niyo yung mga tao na protesta. Parang may divide between, kumbaga, theory and practice.
Correct.
So ano pong pwede niyo pang i-comment?
Ang take ko doon, parang yung mga katulad ni Iska na in the midst of where the protesters are, andun siya, wala siyang pakialam actually because ang issue na lang is survival as basic as that. And so she doesn't mind oblivious of all the protesters, o lahat ng mga issues. Alam niya, kahirapan, lahat ng chance, she hears it, almost every so often, ganyan. Pero parang pag ikaw pala ang nandun sa ganung stratum ng society, parang wala lang sa'yo. Ganon. Yun. And parang dun ako na kasi after the shoot, I'm so exhausted like her. Kasi grabe, ang liit-liit ng bahay ni Iska na pinag-shootingan namin. And talagang hardly any production design na ginawa. Tapos yung yung pag-aalaga dun sa apo. Nagpapasalamat ako, talagang sobrang blessed tayo na wala tayo sa ganung ng society, ganyan. So, kahit na middle class lang ako, but nakita ko pa yung mas yung kahirapan at kung ano man yung chinachant ng mga nandun sa UP, sa pelikula namin, ganun pala ang point of view when you're the one, isa ka talaga sa masa. Lalo sa'yo yun kasi yung sinisigaw na kahirapan, ganyan. It's part of life. That's your everyday living.
Congratulations for the film.
Oh my God.
Oo nga.
Classmate ko yan.
Classmate ko doon.
Oo.
Elementary.
Okay. Matalino yan, kaya siya nagiguro. Ako po art.
No, question ko lang, yung ending nangyari talaga sa totoong buhay mo. O hindi?
Totoo.
Totoo.
Totoo na naging siya. Ay, sayang baka hindi pa nanonood.
Ay, hindi nga kayo.
Totoo. Yeah.
Spoiler.
Totoo ang nangyari sa ending sa buhay ni Iska. Okay.
Saan sa ba?
Hindi na.
Ibulong mo na lang sa amin. Ending sa totoong buhay.
Hindi pwede. Lagay na natin siguro it is loosely, gagayahin ko, quote ko si Direk, it is loosely based on Francesca Vicente's life and her nickname Iska Kai in real life. So ginawa ng Iska para mag-match yun sa scholar ng bayan. Pero lagay ng 90% of what you saw in the film. Yes, sa kanya talaga.
Yung bata is just acting. Is that a real autistic child? Galing.
Oo, he's first time actor. Okay, nagpa-audition si Direk. Tapos, ako pinapili niya kung sino yung tingin kong dun sa shortlisted mga children who audition for that. Pinili ko si Pryle. Oo, kasi nakita yun, parang meron akong sa kanya, parang certain magaan na loob. Oo, ganon. Tapos, para consistent yung pagiging niya, special or meron autism spectrum. It's always, laging meron kaming psychologist at saka teacher for special kids na nasa set, coaching him.
Marami pa pong tanong yan.
Yung ginagawa yung film mo, ginagawa rin kay Catherine Bernardo, yung film niya?
Ginawa po namin yung film namin 2 years earlier.
2 years earlier, makaka-relate ka sana doon sa late film niya ng Catherine Bernardo.
Hindi ko po napapanood.
Hindi ko mapapanood. More FDH na. Right.
Kay Ma'am Vicente, sorry po. Yung relationship po between yung OFW, mga DH, and yung mga amo nilang Hong Kongers ay marami ng pelikulang nagtackle doon sa, kagaya po nung kay Catherine Bernardo, and also yung documentary ni Baby Ruth Villarama, yung Sunday Beauty Queen.
Meron din tayong The Helper.
Yan, The Helper.
Documentary by Joanna Bowers.
Yan. Yung pag-explore po nung relationship sa Still Human. Kasi medyo, hindi ba medyo awkward yung, kasi may parang imbalance of power ng tipong kontrolado niya yung gagawin mo sa lahat ng bagay, tapos ikaw, parang nagtatrabaho ka lang.
Ay, yun ang kailangan yung makita.
Yun nga.
It's the, sorry, continue.
Hindi, actually yun lang. Parang, what are your thoughts about yung relationship ng, yung weird relationship ng mga OFW yung tatrabaho sa abroad for some...
Sige, let's unpack that. No, your statement. The first thing is there are a variety of relationships. Talagang, you know, there's a whole strata of relationships between the Filipinos working in the household industries and their employers. Kasi if you think about it, there are about 210,000 figures yan nung February pa. So by now you're probably looking at 250,000 Filipinas who are serving in the household services industry in Hong Kong. So 250,000, they will have different stories. Some of them have really, really great relationships. In fact, over the past 10 years that I've been in Hong Kong, 11 years actually, nakita ko nag-transition yung movement of empowerment for our kababayans. You know, kasi because Hong Kong is a place where there's a synergy of cultures. So, marami dyan, like now, in this month actually, meron kaming may Women's Fest. And there's a specific talk in Hong Kong for Filipina women, and one of them actually, si Lisa Avellino, she's actually really an acclaimed mountain climber. She's reaching so many heights, and she's still working as a domestic worker in Hong Kong. So nowadays, and then she actually established a dragon boat team, first Filipina dragon boat racing team in Hong Kong. So a lot of them, nag-iiba na yung perception, nag-iiba yung treatment because the women are getting empowered, and then they know what they're asserting their rights, and then that is creating a new cycle, adding to these kinds of movies and social dialogue and documentaries that open people's minds and say, okay, maybe you're a nice person, but maybe you have prejudice that you don't understand. Because you grew up with it. So now people are questioning those biases. So to your next point, ano yung relationship namin dun sa yung power play? I think yun yung beauty ng film kasi it's not necessarily looking at status. Kasi the director broke down these two people, right? So he's a paralyzed middle-aged man who has lost all hope in life. He was left by his wife and his child. So that's where you find him. And then this is a woman who was a nurse in the Philippines, who left her job, and who left her, she was escaping from a bad marriage, and she was trying to get her freedom, and she was, she's trying to get her, alam niyo naman dito sa Pilipinas, walang divorce. So she was trying to fight her way, and get her own freedom legally, emotionally. And so they find themselves in Hong Kong, both of them broken. So when they start moving, and you'll see what happens in a year. How can your faith in one person actually uplift that person? And with one act of kindness, how can it actually start this chain reaction? So it's more of a real human relationship, not necessarily. It's not looking for a product or a status. It's about how can they be content and happy, and how can they live for each other. Hopefully, please watch. Hopefully, yun yung ma-achieve namin. Kasi there are already a lot of documentaries about what's happening to them. But it's good to explore. Let's say real people. How do they respond to each other?
I have a question. Your movies in
English, Cantonese, and Filipino. So over the course of it, actually you'll see, not as a spoiler, but we start not knowing. He doesn't know English, I don't know Cantonese. Towards the end, The director is also the scriptwriter, and she seamlessly wove. Yeah, yes. And this film has a lot of women on the cast. On the production, from director to production manager to the costumes to the makeup to the lights to the sounds. Women. So it's a different thing.
Third World Cinema Club.